do that one.
Just do Small World.
I'm trying to do Small World.
Come on, yeah.
Hello, if we're live.
Hi. Are we here? Please tell me we're here.
We're just waiting for it to come up on ours. Hello, Susie. Hello, Cheryl. Are we live?
Oh, we are now.
Yeah. Hello.
Right, volume down.
Let's start the show, shall we?
Yes.
With a bit of news. Right, so we're going to do it in a blues style this time. Are you ready?
More strikes.
Meet and greet across Europe.
Pride Month at DLP.
Food festival begins.
Employee fun run.
That was the news.
That was a bit. I was distracted by the awesomeness of that, and I totally ruined it. Hey there, hi there, hello there, Disney fans, and welcome to another Disneyland Paris show. Once again, Christopher is not here. He's really, really sad about it, and he's not making a habit of it, and he's desperate to come back, and he misses it, and he says it feels ages since he's been. But this time, he's got a rehearsal for the titular role of Sweeney Todd.
Mm-hmm.
So he is somewhat needed elsewhere. He will definitely be with us next week, though. So we have our little mini-me with us.
Hi.
Copy and paste.
We've done something different with the background. Listeners, we've got our old DLP fleece. Just to paint the picture for you. And I've strapped it to some bamboo canes that I lashed together hastily before the show.
It's 25th anniversary, isn't it? So it's a little bit retro.
Is it?
I think so.
I don't think it is. It's just red.
Oh.
Anyway, it's nice though. We like it. We need to wash it though.
I think somebody said I like your ears, Bonnie.
Yes, these were made for Bonnie by...
I'm
talking for you again.
By our friend.
Mishka. Yeah. So I don't think Mishka listens, but thank you very much, Mishka, if you do happen to be listening today.
She made me some Chewbacca ones.
And she made me some Snow White ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very good.
These are actually yours, I think. But they were on my desk, so I just grabbed them.
So what have we got on the show today? Well, we've heard the headlines.
We've got news. We've got some little bits of extra things. We've got a couple of trip reports, which I need to be pulling up actually, whilst you do the who's in the chat. And we've got Bonnie again for any questions. So until then,
should we start with a roll call?
Let's do a roll call.
Yeah. All aboard, please. First in the chat today was Gareth, for Gareth Pierce Theme Parks, who says, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Or good evening to us, I guess. Chris Fletcher, do you remember Chris Fletcher?
Oh, yeah.
He used to be on the show. He says, have a good show, guys. Sorry I'm missing again. Well, we miss you, Chris, and we'll see you soon.
We do.
Hope your rehearsal's going well. The Dunn family have a great show. We will catch up on the podcast at DLP, having dinner at Vapiano's. Ooh!
We do like Vapiano's. We've just had Italian, haven't we?
Enjoy that trip, Dunn family. I think that's the daddy and daughter one, isn't it? Andrew Palmer is here, says hey ho. Kiva is here, as is, who is Nate? What up, party people, says Nate. John Parker says, hey gang, Disney Bride 2013, Scottish Claire, the solo show. Stan, I was impressed with my harmonica, even though it was I was playing pretty poorly, but thanks, Stan. He says he's not easily impressed. Moritz is here, as is Cheryl. Susie's here. We'll hear again from Susie in just a second. Pauline is here, as is Helen. And Susie says, just wanted to let you know some big news. Not Disney, I'm afraid, but we are so excited to tell you that we are experiencing. We are expecting baby number 2, and it's another little girl!
Yay, babies! I'm saying that because Chris isn't here, and that's what Chris always says. Yay, babies!
Congratulations, guys.
Oh, that's exciting.
That's lovely.
So,
And
I
another little
mean,
girl.
what they've already got a dot.
Yeah.
What could be smaller than a dot?
A spot.
Okay. Please call it spot. Her. I shouldn't say
Yeah,
it.
not it.
Her.
Hello to
Please
Wits
call
Wanderlust.
it.
Wits Wanderlust is here. Who says, "Hi, I'm here." And
You are here.
Diogo's here. Susie's buzzing apparently. And did anyone get to see the Disney concert? We went to Leeds on Friday. Oh, sorry.
Oh, we did think about going
Disney
to that.
100 concert. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, we did think about
We did.
it.
We were going to do
We
a
thought about it.
37 Disney Street trip, but we
knew that.
didn't.
Never knew that.
Well, we were going to be you guys and Lucas and Ollie and all that thing.
Just
and
let me
then
clean the
it just
lens.
didn't happen. Oh,
Oh yeah.
that's quite a lot. Listeners, if only you could know the way that he was pleasuring the watchers with his... Yeah,
Clean
scrunchie.
the lens with a rainbow scrunchie. Right.
Very good.
Should we do some news?
Yeah. Look, I've
So,
been...
hello and welcome to everybody. Thanks for coming. If it was a boy, we were going to call it Dash. Ooh.
Dot and Dash. Oh no, I just have a boy.
Yeah.
Can you not send this one back and get a boy?
Morse code. Kids. Morse code
Girls
kids.
are amazing though.
Morse
Yeah,
code.
girls are amazing.
Mm.
Girls are the best.
Morse code kids. Good name for a band.
Girls are better than boys.
Do you ever shout that in the playground?
No.
Don't you? Oh, yeah,
News.
nice. Okay. More strikes. Now I'm warning you, this is going to eat up a
Aw.
decent amount of your news because not much else had happened at Disneyland Paris because there have been loads and loads of strikes.
Oh.
Liberty, equality, fraternity, or whatever they say. So, there's been 3 so far. The third one was yesterday on Saturday. Entertainment is cancelled. Disruption to operations, they're saying. And they paraded through the castle, through Discoveryland, down Main Street, and then they went into Avengers Campus. They were holding the placards and they were chanting, "The parade is us." There's a rather sweet video of them walking past It's a Small World, singing a version of It's a Small World in French. And from the comments, I gather it was alternative lyrics, but it was in French. So I don't know what they were saying. I think it was cheeky. They also handing out flyers to guests in 6 languages saying, "We are sorry to have messed up your magic day at Disneyland Paris. We encourage you to go to City Hall in order to obtain a reimbursement." Now, I'm not sure if that's them being cheeky or if that's official advice. That might just be the strikers trying to cause problems. What do you think?
It's hard to say.
Because they were just kind of like home printed leaflets that they were giving out
Yeah, I'm sure they're not in a position to do that.
to tell them to give a reimbursement.
I imagine, yeah. Or maybe it's an educated suggestion, knowing that might work as a cast member. They might know that would work.
Yeah, I don't know. The
Interesting.
official line on Disney Twitter, though, is this is from Disney, that your dated tickets can be rescheduled, guests can postpone their visit at no extra cost, and non-dated tickets can be moved before 10 a.m. that day. So that's people who have to get park reservations because they don't have dated tickets. They can move their park reservation before 10 a.m. that day. So they are making some concessions at Disney. However, the leaders of the union have asked to speak to Disney management and have been literally turned away at the door. So there's been no communication between unions and management, which I find quite unbelievable at this point. If you've seen the pictures of Disneyland Paris this week with 1,000 cast members parading down Main Street, management won't even engage.
I have no idea what's going on.
It's
That's complicated.
well, I'm going to tell you what they want, Bonnie,
Yeah.
is they want higher wages.
What do they want?
Freedom for all.
No, go on.
Okay.
Higher wages.
Higher wages.
Come on.
By €200 a month. They don't think they've been paid enough.
When did they want it? Per month.
Per month.
When do they want it? Per month.
Per month. They want increased mileage allowances for people who have to drive there and a more flexible scheduling. Okay, so they want that, and people and the bosses are saying no. So to get it, they cause as much trouble as possible, so until they get what they want. But
Because
the
they
bosses,
need the workers.
They do.
They need
So
to keep
they
them happy.
know if they keep doing this that they'll have to pay them more because they can't have this every day. But they're gonna because they refuse to negotiate. they've now scheduled another strike for Tuesday the 6th, which will be renewed on a daily basis until an agreement can be reached. So that means this is going to happen every single day until they negotiate. Might not mean they get €200 a month, but they'll have to negotiate.
Do you remember Kira, who was going during the strikes? Kira's here and says, I should send in a proper trip report. You feel free to do so, Kira. We will gladly receive that. But I was at the park Tuesday during the strike, and my main tip, rebook if you can.
Really?
Cancellations were one thing, but just seeing the strikers was very sad.
Oh. See, I'm thinking, because we've been so much before and we will probably go again. Not probably, we will go again. I thought it'd be quite exciting to be there.
I bypassed the compressor.
It'd be quite exciting to be there and kind of see what the atmosphere was.
Yeah,
but I really feel bad for the once in a lifetime visitors with, 2 under 5-year-olds and having to explain what's going on.
Whitney says if they haven't resolved it in the cast members' favour, we'll be cancelling our December visit. So not just cancelled these strikes. If they haven't resolved it in the cast members' favour, they'll be cancelling, making a stand.
Yeah, the question tends to be with these things by how much. They'll end these strikes somehow, but it's whether they throw them a tenner or give them exactly what they're asking for is the question. But I've teased before. We've had many a strike before. We've had hotel staff and security staff and people over around the hotel standing outside Newport Bay and stuff like that. And I've always giggled about the French union power, which is quite something to behold. But this is epic. Have you seen pictures, Huey?
I've seen people going through Studio One.
It's if you see Main Street.
Is that what it's called, Studio One?
Yeah. It's quite something. It's quite something. So watch this space. No doubt we will be reporting on it again next week, one way or the other. Either conflict or resolution is what we will have next week.
Yeah. I feel like I don't want to see pictures because it's too disturbing, but at the same time it makes me want to see pictures.
I think I will show you pictures, Bonnie, because I think you need to understand what's going on. I might get some up in a bit.
Where have these 2 Legally Blonde pens come from?
Well, I choreographed a piece for a guy at university, and he gave me a Legally Blonde notebook and pen as a thank you gift.
Oh, it's like a checkbook and pen prize on a game show.
It is.
It's a nice pen. Oh my gosh, you guys. Right.
Kiva's going the His Day next week. Fingers crossed this will be resolved in the cast members' favour. Right. So what was your next one, Bonnie?
Meet and greet across Europe.
Phew. What this is they've got a new meet and greet area in Videopolis. I should have shown you this so you could tell about it yourself. In fact, I might do, and then Huey can do another one. So what can Huey talk about? Have you got anything you want to talk about while I give this to Bonnie?
Not really, because you do the news. So
I know everything.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a meet and greet now in Videopolis, and it's where Arcade Beta was or is. It's still called Arcade Beta. Beta. And it's and it's got like postcards of
Beta
European
Max.
cities all around. And then it's got either Minnie or one of her friends. And today it was Clarabelle. Do you know who Clarabelle is, Bonnie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cow.
Yeah, Clarabelle the cow.
She cow.
All dressed up all European. So I'm wondering how well this will be signposted. Because it's not somewhere where I would think to go for a meet and greet, and it's a bit tucked away. So yeah. I want to get things on here so I can show Bonnie what we're talking about so that she can have opinions. What has been your favourite meet and greet ever, Huey? You're not a meet and greet person, are you?
No, I did like Darth Vader because he was impressive when he came out, but it's a shame because I understand why, but he doesn't really play along if you pretend that he's force choking you.
Yeah.
And I get why. And also, I kind of wanted to have a bit of fun with it, but the first time we saw him, he was all about you, Bonnie. Bonnie, you weren't really there to see him, were you?
Yeah,
we
you
were,
just come along.
and you were just there. But then it was all about you, and you were a bit freaked out by that, weren't you? Do you remember meeting Darth Vader? You just kind of stood there quietly.
Now, to be fair, we might be narcissistic parents, but I find they're often like that. Like, I remember I'd got a Daisy Disney bound, and I went to meet Donald, and I wanted to make a bit of a thing about it, and he was just like, oh yeah, and then started making a fuss of Bonnie.
It's a bit of a tip, actually, yeah. If you're going to do a meet and greet, and your kid's just kind of tagging along with you, but it's not really interested, you've got to make it very clear who is doing the meeting, because they will always default to getting the kid involved, getting the kid in first, and looking after the kid, which makes sense. But on the rare occasion where you want to meet the character more than your kids, just make that very, very clear. Maybe tell the cast member before you go in what the deal is.
So these were all cast members striking Bonnie, coming through.
Walking through the castle with flags
up Main Street.
Wait, can I see that one?
Can you see what I mean? Like that, causing shenanigans.
I don't get a good look at him because I don't get to see him.
Oh, that's at Avengers Campus. There's a lot going on. Right, I wanted to show you Clarabelle as well, so you can describe her outfit to the audience, to the listeners. My favourite ever meet and greet, I've mentioned this before, was Brer Fox and Brer Bear when we did Run Disney, because they were really fluffy.
You?
Me, I did Run Disney. Yeah. And they kind of, they enveloped me.
I was like 3 then.
I liked Spider-Man as well, because Bonnie met Spider-Man, and
he was brilliant. Do you remember Spider-Man?
It was just it was so nice. We've got video of it, and he was just so nice, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was very.
And you asked him a question, didn't you? You asked him if his hands were sticky. Do you remember?
Yeah.
And he let you feel to check whether they were sticky. And you were very tiny then. Very tiny. You were like 4 maybe.
So we got this picture of Clarabelle, and it's called Meet and Greet Across Europe.
So go on, tell us what she's wearing, Bonnie. Okay.
Silence.
I think it's meant to be sort of this European fashion thing. So she's got this full skirt on and a floofy hat and little posh high-heeled shoes. And then there's loads of like travelling case behind her. I like this. If you are a character meet and greet collector, as in you want as many signatures as you can and you want the photos, because some people just go around the world doing that, this is a good, unique one. I think these kind of meet and greets, as silly as it seems, will get people from the USA and Japan to travel here for stuff like this, because people just love these unique meet and greets. So she's available from 10 till 4. No, it's not necessarily Clarabelle, I'm lying. It's Minnie or Friends from 10 till 4 at the Videopolis Arcade Beta. So I think that'll have a reasonably short line, because I think it's a bit hidden. I might be wrong, but I think that's worth a go. So check that out. There's no official end date. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say she's probably there all summer, if they haven't given an official end date. But these seasonal things tend to end September-ish. Right. It is Pride Month at Disneyland Paris. And so we're on the work up now to the official Pride event, which is on the 17th of June. It's in the Walt Disney Studios Park. That is hard ticket only, and I believe it is sold out. Less luck. That always looks mega fun whenever I see a Pride event. I would be down for that. But they've dyed all the succulents in the big Mickey head in Fantasia Gardens in a rainbow for Pride Month.
Dyed?
Spray painted.
Spray painted.
Yeah, they do. They've shown them doing it on these documentaries, haven't they? They spray paint them.
Are those succulents real?
Yeah, the real succulents. They're just.
They spray paint them. I wonder what they're spraying them with.
I'm sure they've got some
plant spray.
Plant-based
2.0.
Yeah.
Available on Amazon, whatever it
is. Is that where they get it? Crikey.
No.
Next day delivery.
No,
There's loads of Pride merch. There's loads of posters out for the Pride event and things like that. So just enjoy that.
Yeah.
If there's one thing that the happiest place on earth needs, it's another couple of rainbows. Yeah. Just to finish it off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
Have fun.
The food festival begins.
Food.
Now then, this is every year. It's in the Walt Disney Studios Park. It's Rendezvous Gourmand, which means like an appointment with food.
Are we looking at the menus for this next week?
Yes, I think that A, we want to be able to get them on screen, and B, Christopher loves to look through a
We
menu.
do like to go through a menu, and to do it without him would be illegal, I think.
I think so. But if we do have some spare time at the end, what I might do is get a couple of menus up and ask Bonnie if she would eat anything off them.
Yeah, that's the thing. You look down a menu and say,
Picky child.
will you eat any of this? Will you eat any of this at all?
What would need to be
Probably
at
not.
a food stall for you to eat it?
Chocolate bar.
Chicken nugs.
Chicken nuggets.
Mm.
Yeah.
Macaroni cheese.
Macaroni cheese.
Macaroni
Disney,
cheese.
Disney macaroni cheese.
Plain macaroni cheese.
Mm. She does love.
Disney macaroni cheese.
Yes. So it started off several years ago, and it was just French regions, Alsace, Bretagne, etc. Dordogne. But now, in recent years, it's kind of extended. We've had Belgium in the last few years, and I can't remember what else. But this year we've extended even further. There's an Asia booth and there's a Greece booth, and so it's getting a bit more like an international food festival, which I have to say makes sense, because as a British person, when I go, I'm quite happy to have loads of different French foods going on, but it does seem a bit weird to local French people. Mind you, having said that, we go to Huddersfield Food Festival and quite happily have pork pies, don't we?
We bring them home for dinner.
We do.
We do. We eat there, then we bring home some pork pies.
We do. When is Huddersfield Food Festival?
I think I might stop doing it.
Oh no.
There's something come up in the chat. Disney Bride says, I joined the Patreon group today.
Oh.
Yes, we saw. Thank you very much. She says, excited to catch my first Extra Magic show. Well, that will be next week now, because we
are unable to do it when there isn't a
Well,
Chris.
we are able to do it, but it's not the same without Chris. But next week on Extra Magic Time, that's what we call it, isn't it? EMT. Everyone in the chat will have an opportunity to guess the number of Zum-Zums in this basket for a chance at our Vault prize, which is growing all the time. We've got loads of stuff in there, such as, what have we got in there?
Such as...
We've got the Squirty Disney hand wash.
Yeah.
We've got 2 Lego figures, Disney Lego fishers.
Munchling.
Munchling. Do you know,
Munchling that
we've actually got stuff put aside to add to the vault, and I can't remember what's been added to the vault and what's already in the vault.
We can go through it again, but everyone who's in the chat in Extra Magic Time next week can have a guess.
And then we might start doing higher or lower.
I'm assuming, because like, if there's people that have already guessed,
they can have another go.
I think we can let them have another go. So this would include Aaron and Craig and Alan. If you're there, you can have another go. So far, the guesses are Aaron guessed 92, Craig 65, and Alan 32. So what do you think? Anyway, that's for Patreon members to have a go at next week. Yeah.
Did you help count them? You have to keep sure.
No.
No, you didn't. Okay.
I can't even remember how much.
Last piece of news. There has been an employee fun run.
Whatever that is.
It was last week. I don't know why I didn't write down the date, but Extra Magic Hours was reduced to 30 minutes to allow for it. It was first thing in the morning. And it's just for cast members and employees to do a little 5k, raise money when they want to. Natasha Rafalski was giving out medals. First time
She's not joining in?
No, she was just giving out medals, but it was brave of her, because it's the first time she's been seen cast facing since the strike's begun.
Mm-hmm.
So I bet she was a little bit sweaty under the armpits doing that.
Yeah. She could have run from the cast members.
I know, that could have been the race.
Good motivation.
But it does prick a thought in my mind of when they are bringing the actual Run Disney back. Because we've said we would do it, haven't we?
Dressed as the Three Caballeros.
Yeah. So as soon as they bring that back to Paris, me, Hugh and Chris are signing up for that, I think.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
You're watching.
You're coming with us. Laura's looking after you during the races.
Does Laura know this?
Yes. They do have the kids races. They have kids 5Ks and kids 1Ks, which I think you should do for a medal. You do 1K around the fields at school, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to do that. So you can do a 1K.
Stopped doing it now for some weird reason. I'm sad now. I liked walking around the playground.
Oh, you walked.
You've made it sad.
Like mother, like daughter. Yeah, having a running race and you walk and have a chat with your friends.
We're supposed to have like 5 minutes running, 5 minutes walking or something.
Okay.
I don't know what it is.
Kelly says, our first live. Kelly 44 and
Hi, Kelly.
And Nancy 9. Nancy's a great name. We love you guys. Great content. Thanks, Kelly.
Nancy.
There was someone else in the chat.
So
who's,
Nancy will be here for you then, Bonnie. Nancy's 9. She's more like your age.
Oh, yay.
Let's high five. Happy to be joining my second only live stream. Looking forward to it rather than listening back.
Right, high five coming at you. And Bonnie, I think you should give us a special 8/9-year-old hello to Nancy.
Hi.
Hi, friend. There was we got a note as well today from a listener who says, hello, my family and I have just got back from 5 days, 4 nights at Disneyland Paris, and wow, beyond magical. What are you pointing at?
I've got it up there, but did you not want it?
Nope.
Okay.
No.
Beyond, you've ruined the flow now. Beyond magical, we have loved every minute, and my husband is wanting to book again as soon as possible. My 5-year-old son didn't want to come home, and he stated that he wants to live there forever.
Me too.
Just
me too.
Just want to say a huge thank you to the 3 of you. That's probably the 4 of us, including you, Bonnie. I've listened to the podcast every week and normally catch up on my way home from work, which I really look forward to. We have loved watching the YouTube vlogs on DLP, and it has helped massively with the preparation and planning of this trip. So just a huge thank you. Lots of love. Lauren, Alex, George, and Evelyn.
That is lovely, Lauren, Alex, George, and Evelyn. Thank you so much. Oh.
And Chris has just messaged, but we'll maybe come on to that in a second.
Yeah.
We've got a trip report as well from someone later on. We've got trip reports from Mike. So we'll get onto that later.
Indeed. Well, we're done with news. Actually, I say done. I sometimes just have little extra bits that aren't really worth bongs, or in this case, blues riffs. But then are also worth mentioning. Cafe Agua Bar has reopened after a 3-month closure, and they have made no changes. You will be glad to know, because we were a bit nervous, weren't we, that they were going to theme it to some... Yeah,
like I made a big deal about going on the last ride of... did I mention this last week?
I can't remember, but yeah, go on.
Rock and Roller Coaster in Florida, and saying, like, I've just found out it's the last night, and I rode it with like 90 minutes to spare, closing forever, going to be rethemed to Queen. And it just reopened like last week.
Yeah.
Exactly the same.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, there was no announcements about this. We had no reason to think that we're going to do anything with it. But we were all like, I got to slap IP all over it.
Because there's rumours, but then there's things that people are talking about as if they're actual facts.
Yeah.
And so, you just say, oh, apparently it's going to be rethemed to Queen.
Oh,
it might still be, we don't know, but not
We
not
do
now.
have some sources who have quite reliable sources who are like, they've heard from cast members that. And then you start to go, oh, well, that's definite then. And then, anyway. So, Cafe Agua Bar has reopened and it's just had a spruce up, which is good. Everywhere needs a spruce up.
Needs to go back.
Glad about that. We should. Now, you see, I don't know. It's expensive and I'm picky about the food. It's like...
Adventureland. It's like...
by the entrance of Adventureland.
You might remember it. You didn't eat anything there. So
We're very small.
So, and you were young.
But it's all like Moroccan food, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And I really struggled for something to eat, but I loved the inside. So I'm a bit torn for €40 if you're not going to eat much.
Maybe me and Brookie will go when we go.
Yeah, maybe.
And you guys can go somewhere else.
Oh, they'll love it. They'll love it. Their kids will eat all.
So just you two will go somewhere else, and I'll tag along with those guys.
Yeah.
Another family.
But bad news.
Oh no!
Lucky Nugget is closed until June the 22nd.
Oh, okay.
But don't worry, because we're not going before June the 22nd. I'm just telling you.
We don't often go, but it's nice to know that it's there.
I'm telling the listeners and the viewers.
That would be good to go with our friends.
You might be going before June the 22nd.
Yeah.
And what do I say when everyone says, what's your favourite place to eat in Disneyland Paris? Lucky Nugget. Is it a quick service? Is it a sit down? It's somewhere in between. If you're lucky, you might get a bit of a show going on at certain times of day.
It's sit down.
It's sit down. but it's like fast food. You order at the reception desk, don't you?
Yeah.
It's a bit like Nando's, you know, fast casual.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. And then last bit of news, this is really scraping the pizza oven, so to speak. Colonel Hathie's Pizza Outpost has been renamed Colonel Hathie's Outpost Restaurant. Why am I happy about that, Bonnie?
Because you can't.
So Colonel Hathie's Pizza Outpost has been renamed Colonel Hathie's Outpost Restaurant. What word have they taken out?
Pizza.
Why am I happy about that?
Because you can't have it.
Why can't I have it?
Because you can't have tomatoes.
There we go. We got there.
You can't have tomatoes.
I can't have
Yeah.
tomatoes.
Basically.
So I haven't seen an updated menu or even know if there is an updated menu, but this would suggest that they are bending towards a more, mind you, they always did those like little like, I think they did do the pastas. They were just tomatoey pastas.
It was one of the few places where you could go and get a semblance of a healthier option. Not healthy, but healthier.
Oh no,
Like
no.
you could get a lasagna or something. I don't know, and a salad, things like that.
Yeah.
Or just get a pizza if you wanted.
So
but I like it there, and I know it's not popular, but we like it there.
we
don't
like it, even though I don't like pizza or the tomatoey pasta. I tend to go and like get a Magnum or something just so I can sit with you guys because I dig it. I dig the atmosphere in that area.
Chris just got in touch. Don't know where he is in the world, but Lydia, who's the new Patreon, would like a shout out in the style of Mickey Mouse. And Mickey Mouse would say, "Thanks, gosh, thanks, Lydia. We're so glad to have you on board."
Very good.
Hot diggity dog.
Do you want to read that one out, Bonnie, and then say?
From Kelly.
Kelly says, "Hi Bonnie, love your ears." And then
From
Nancy 9.
so Kelly's daughter's Nancy likes your ears.
Can you give a thank you?
Thank you.
Yeah, nice, aren't they?
Solo Show says, I'd like to see Rock and Roller Coaster rethemed to Muppet Mayhem.
Oh yes. Have we discussed that before?
I think we have discussed it. I think that is a solid idea. And then we were actually discussing it in enough detail to establish that Muppet Courtyard is the other side of the park, and it's very unlikely they would do that.
I don't care about that. Like, just do it anyway.
I'd be up for them just shipping Muppet Courtyard over there and doing that because I think that'd be amazing.
All down that end.
Pick
What
it
else
up,
is down there?
put
The
it
cars
there.
thing.
Now that Bonnie is the kind of person who will ride Guardians of the Galaxy, which is nuts, do you think she'll ride Rock and Roller Coaster?
No, it's too intense.
No, upside down.
You go upside down on Guardians, don't you?
No,
I don't know.
You can't tell because you're just doing that.
you don't know. You
Okay.
don't. You
You're
don't.
like,
No inversions. I don't think you do. No, you don't. Do you? No. I'm going to say no.
no.
No inversions.
No, yes, no. No.
No inversions incurred.
Solo Show has seen Clarabelle at Walt Disney World, but it was at a dance party, not a meet and greet. So you see, does she count for your character collection? That's the question. If it's not an official meet and greet, I think if there's a photo, it counts. I think there's a chat going on between. Our worst ever meet and greet, this is from Cheryl, was Chicken Little. What's Chicken Little meet and greeting for? In about 2006, 2007, I think.
Makes sense.
She was just out and about signing autographs, but basically pushed us aside when we got to the front for some reason. And then she's corrected it to he. I didn't pick up on that.
I did when you.
Okay.
Pushed aside.
I know. Oh dear.
Do you know
but Chicken Little.
Do you know the worst one I've seen? I've got it on video. It wasn't at us, but we were meeting Buzz, and I think Buzz wanted a break, and there were some kids in the background going, "Buzz Leclerc, Buzz Leclerc," and he just looks over my shoulder because I'm filming it, and just goes like that at them. Shh. He shushes them, and then I was doing a video, and I think we were kind of trying to like get Bonnie to ask him a question, but he was just stood still thinking it was a photograph, and he just wasn't. His head wasn't in the game. He seemed angry at some kids that were shouting over, and and he was an angry little buzz. I think that's one of the worst ones.
Is that the same one
Hollywood Studios
that wasn't bothered
Walt Disney
of
Studios.
when we were like, hey, look, we have Lotso.
That's it. She had a Lotso with her, and he just was like, picture,
Hey, look. Hey,
picture time. I think he was a little hot in his spacesuit, to be honest.
Yeah. Thing is, these stand
Give me a
out
Magnum.
because
Give me a Magnum.
nine-
I'm really bored.
19 out of 20 meet and greets are just brilliant. We love meets and greets. It's fun.
I want to hear about your bad ones though.
Right, go on. Put your bad meet and greets in your chat because they are fun to talk about, and it also gives other people tips. Now then,
Was it Lydia or Linda? Sorry, I'm just Chris. Next Lydia. I think it's Lydia. It's just that Chris said Lydia wanted a shout out, but then Linda in the chat has replied, "Nice Mickey." So just clarify that it's two different people, and then we'll clear it up forever.
Right, shall I do this next?
No, it was Lydia, Disney Bride. Right, go on.
Shall I do this next trip report, or would you like to?
I'll do it.
Cool. Is that easy to read?
Nope.
Okay.
I'll do it in here. So, trip report from Mike. And it goes like this. It's quite a short one. Now, unfortunately, Mike says the header is DLP visit November 22nd. Sorry for being late. And then adds play audience trip roundup.
Oh, we're going to have to do it.
I like
Audience trip roundup.
That's better than the actual jingle. But I like how he instructs us to play it there. Overview: 10th worldwide Disney trip, DLP times 8. So the first visit was 1992. Walt Disney World's been once, and Hong Kong Disney been once.
Oh, jealous.
Hong Kong is as close to a DLP vibe as you can get. Super themed park. Just brilliant, but not our beloved DLP. DLP trip overall feels like home. We booked super late for us, 10 days or so before our trip. Sequoia was again fantastic, and cast members were amazing, again, all but for one experience. This is when I rub my hands together. More on that later. We were there for the Christmas season. Probably not go again at Christmas. Halloween was better, as was Pirates and Princesses from a few years ago.
Really?
I liked Pirates and Princesses.
Oh, we loved Pirates and Princesses. But we're also thinking about going for Christmas again.
It was nice weather as well.
If we can get annual passes. And we're going to go for Christmas again this year if possible. But now,
A new system is now in place for people who have an officially recognised disability. It's called a priority card. Similar systems available at other Disney resorts. That's like a little fine print on an advert. Similar systems available at other Disney resorts.
say it as quick and as low as you can.
Me?
Yeah.
Similar systems available at other Disney resorts. I can't, my tongue's too big. You used to rock up to the town hall / guest relations as you enter the park, plead your case / explain your disability, and hopefully get one of 2 types of paper access cards. This worked well enough, but at times could be clunky and inconsistent. New system is all done before you go to the parks. We need to look into this. Check with the list of qualifying disabilities and paperwork needed to show proof, give dates of visit, explain what you need from the pass, contact details, photo, and you are done. So yeah, that's the new thing called what priority card was it? Yeah.
You're usually on the list, aren't you, Huey?
Yeah. Not my name, just the condition.
Oh no, I wish you were on the list. I wish it was like asthma, multiple sclerosis, Hugh Rain.
Yeah. Anyway, flight from Edinburgh to Charles de Gaulle, train to Chessy, drag bags to Sequoia and book in. All pretty seamless. At this point, I thought things could go wrong. But after seeing the concierge at Sequoia, I was handed my priority card. Printed on plastic with symbols for types of access and my picture I uploaded only 10 days before. So you're not forgetting, this is all a rushed, put together trip for 10 days and still managed to sort out this priority card. Seamless again. She seemed uninterested to see my letter of proof of disability. Typically French shrug. Mike's words, not mine. Yeah, I find that like Florida, they don't want proof, but I kind of want to offer it, even though I know they'll turn it down.
Yeah.
Just because, for my own peace of mind, so that like there's no question that I'm a chancer who's just rung up and said, "Well, can I have one of those, please?" Well, what have you got? Well, nothing. I just want one. Showing this card at nearly all attractions grants much lower levels of queuing. Still queues, but much less apart from one queue. The downside is you miss nearly all of the pre-shows. That's true. Pre-shows, interesting queues. It's worth considering sometimes if you're planning on skipping like Fast Pass or whatever. Fast Pass, you have a Fast Pass. Sometimes the queues are just nice.
See, we had never done the Flight of Passage queue, had we?
No.
And the last bit of the queue is really you're going up that ramp and it's all industrial. And that's the only bit I'd ever done. And then I can't remember. Oh, we did it early in the morning, didn't we? So we did. It's
like the industrial zone in Crystal Maze.
It is.
Which is the worst.
Other's really interesting.
The worst zone. Is that worse than futuristic? Yes, it's the worst. Industrial zone. Crystal Maze was the worst.
I always liked Aztec.
Everyone liked Aztec or medieval. We had 30 minutes spare, so we went to see Santa, placed in a different queue by Wally, and for some inexplicable reason, it didn't move compared to the normal queue. We all got very cold. Cast members seemed not to understand or care the reason for the priority queue. There were people in this queue whose disability was on show for everyone to see and should not have waited at all. Maybe that's one of the reasons for the card. This and only this queue was upside down. We waited nearly 90 minutes. Not brilliant, and we expressed our thanks to the senior cast member.
Hang on, what was that? Tell me again what ride that was.
This is to meet Santa.
Oh no.
Saw Santa and all was forgiven. There was a Disney magic after all. Well, that's it. Quick roundup of some food. Waltz, perfect. Annette's, perfect. Do you know, Annette's always gets good reviews from people, but I never enjoy the food.
Very average food.
I find it...
I like the interior of the restaurant, but we've had quite average food. Go on, Bonnie.
And last time I wasn't hungry.
I'm just waiting until the end of this to answer my question.
Okay. Yes, you've got a question. Nearly done. Silver Spur, perfect. Avengers Campus, perfect. Web Slingers is superb. Outdoor shows, excellent and reminiscent of 92. Stitch Live, super perfect. I was the convict. I got knowing looks from some cast members on my way out. I love Stitch Live.
Oh, we need to do that again. We haven't done that in... Oh, we need to take Peter in to see Stitch Live.
You got a girlfriend? If I can ask, everyone who goes to DLP, when you're leaving, go to guest relations and ask to give feedback for one or two cast members that really stood out. That should be easy. I'm sure they appreciate it, and in general, they do a great job in making our experience memorable.
And pay them more.
Good tip. Yeah, so do that. If you find some time to do that, would be nice. Wouldn't it? California next year. You can do that on the app in Florida, can't you? California next year with a trip to the original Disney park, but DLP is always on our mind. Thanks for a great show, Mike.
Where the heart is.
Thank you, Mike.
I'm loving his globe-trotting Disney park visiting things. We need to get onto a bit of that. We also need to be rich. But we were talking about...
We can have one or the other. Can't have both.
The way we do with our DVC, with the banking and the borrowing and stuff, we will have enough points to go next year, but we won't have enough to go the year after that because we will have borrowed that year's points to go this year. And it's like, well, what are we going to do? But we should go to California. That's what we should do.
Yeah, because that'll be cheaper.
It won't.
Yeah, I know.
Right, Bonnie, you had a question.
From Stan at the Solo Show. Question for Bonnie.
What do you think about live action remakes like Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, or now Little Mermaid? I have seen Aladdin and Little Mermaid, but not Beauty and the Beast.
I think you have. Haven't you? We've watched it here.
I won't let it on. I won't have it on in the house. I hate it.
Well, it's been a long time ago. Do you know what? Do you know what? It's not very memorable though. It's got Hermione in it.
And what do you think of them? What do you think of them?
I do like them, but they're not as good as the cartoons. I feel like the cartoons just give that nice Disney vibe.
Well, we went to see Little Mermaid this week, didn't we?
Yeah.
And what did you think of that?
That was good.
I am fervently against remakes. Fervently. And
I haven't seen
when they
Little Mermaid.
announce them, I go, oh, don't do another remake. And we went to see Little Mermaid without Hugh because you didn't even want to see it, did you?
No, I will see it, but
it was half term.
No,
so
I
me
don't.
and Bonnie went.
I'm quite uptight about going to the cinema because, like, I find the experience very annoying. So it has to be something that I can't wait to see to warrant going to the cinema.
Well,
That's all it is. I'll watch it when it's on Disney Plus.
You would have found this annoying because it was 10 a.m. on a bank holiday Wednesday, and it was on a half-term Wednesday, so it was just full of kids. But
Not that bother at kids. You can kind of accept what kids are doing.
well, this is what I'm saying about the movie, though.
It's noisy people, noisy adults.
So we went to see it, and I was like, okay, whatever. I'm gonna say something very bold. I think it might be the superior Little Mermaid film.
I think.
And Little Mermaid is one of my favourite Disney films.
I think a lot of people are saying that.
It's very good. Hailey Bailey is very good. There's one slightly unmemorable song by the Prince that was just kind of like, oh, they've stuck an I Want song in there. That Prince gets to sing. Everything else was really good. Still love the original. Still love the original a lot, but Little Mermaid is excellent.
What
You've
did
got.
you say?
Go on.
There was actually an advert about the loud people helping somehow. Remember that advert?
Oh yeah. Well, it was kind of a just start behaving yourself in the cinema warning, wasn't it,
Yeah.
before it started?
It was like, thanks to the popcorn crunchers, the not phone.
One of those.
The
Here's to
phone
the
clickers,
so-and-sos, the so-and-sos, the
Yeah.
da-da-da-da-da-da-das.
for teaching us how to behave. And it's like, they're not helping, they're making it worse.
With sarcasm in an advert, wasn't it? Let's High Five said, I saw The Little Mermaid today and I did love it. However, I saw the original for the first time, age 17, so I don't have the nostalgia as the other remakes, and I thought it was great as a standalone. Fair enough. Thing is, I was 7 when Little Mermaid came out the first time, and it was my generation's Frozen. It was a big deal when that came out at the cinemas.
And
So
it was
I
the,
do have the nostalgia.
It was Disney's like revival, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
And then they followed that up with the Rescuers Down Under, Rescuers 2, Rescuers Down Under, and then they really got going. Let's start with this one. It says, I agree, Lucy. The live action Beauty and the Beast is rubbish.
It's offensive. It's offensively bad. I have so much to say about that film, but I don't even want to think about it, so I won't. John Parker loved The Little Mermaid and he's going to see it again on Wednesday. Loved Ariel's new song. I liked the Scuttlebutt song.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we
that
liked
was
that one
my
a lot.
favourite new song.
Glad it was good. Kira says, considering Disney won't stop remaking these remakes, I am not down for Moana live action. It's not like a remake of an old classic. They made it 5 years ago.
Well,
you know,
maybe
longer than that.
Yeah, it's quite a while ago now. When was it? About
Still,
2016 or something?
I know, but
2017?
No, I don't accept it. Chew up, pardonnez-moi. Right. There was another Bonnie question. There you go, Bonnie.
Bonnie, which snack should I go for first when I go to the parks? I normally go to Boardwalk Candy Palace for some lemon fudge.
Oh, lemon fudge.
That sounds nice. So
I'd stick to that.
this is the imagination, Bonnie. You walk through Plaza Gardens, Fantasia Gardens, and you're going, oh, Mummy, I'm hungry. And I'm going, we just need to get in the park or get you something to eat. Mummy, I'm hungry. And then we get through the Buzz Pass. We get under the bridge. First thing we're going to do is get you something to eat. Where do you go?
This is hard because I don't know it as well as I do Florida. I am really boring. I just like the Mickey like Magnum ice cream things.
Yes.
And the ice cream sandwiches.
Yes. So you're going straight to an ice cream truck.
Yeah.
Have they started doing the Mickey
Mickey
ice
premium
creams?
bars. I think so.
In Paris.
But you had a really deformed Yoda last time. Do you remember?
That was you.
You had it.
Oh, did I have it? I remember photographing it. It was bizarre.
I was
Yeah.
like, that is you.
It was one of those expectation versus reality Instagram posts that you had to do for that Yoda ice cream. Do they still do the Yoda ice creams?
I don't know.
Like anything,
No, I think-
anything like that they introduced, they should keep them all. Just stack them up. Just have everything.
Here's a good one. Emily W says, taking 2 5-year-olds to DLP next March. Could you just, while we're answering, tell us if the girls or boys are one of each? Next March, any must-dos, must-sees or must-nots. Now, Bonnie, you can chip in with this because you've been a 5-year-old at DLP and now you're an 8-year-old at DLP. But my first thing, particularly for the girls, this is why I'm asking, is do early magic hours, make the effort, get up, be right at the front row drop and do Princess Pavilion. But only do twin boys. They might like Princess Pavilion. That's up to you.
If they have any here or like of Spider-Man, you need to go on Web Slingers because it's such a fun thing for.
They'll love web slingers. They might not be brilliant at it.
Because-
Daddy might beat them, but
Because we will be taking a 5-year-old boy to Disney soon, and he loves Spider-Man. So
I would say make use of the playgrounds because sometimes 5-year-olds just need to be 5-year-olds. As much fun as the rides and the queues and the parades are, you've got 2 playgrounds in Disneyland Park. Which one do you prefer? You've got Pocahontas, you've got Pirates.
Pocahontas.
Pocahontas.
You prefer the Pocahontas one because it's quite big and open, is that one? And then the
But it's
Pirates-
not called the Pocahontas
No,
Playground.
it's called the Indian Village or the Frontierland Playground now. They've renamed it, haven't they?
Yeah, Frontierland Playground.
Yeah.
It's kind of out on a stick.
Behind Big Thunder Mountain. So
Yeah.
as a parent, I
Walk
would
round to
say-
the right of Big Thunder Mountain and they keep going and then you'll find it.
As a parent, I would say make sure you make use of those and
Tire them out.
and have sit-down meals so that doing those 2 things, tire them out, let them rest, means that the rest of your day will just be a lot more pleasant. Now, so what we've done, Bonnie, is we've let you run around like a maniac and then we've sat you down with the colouring book and you're good to go, you're in a good mood, you fed, you watered. What would you want to do if you were a 5-year-old boy?
While you're thinking, let's start with this one. Says you can buy the Yoda ice creams in Poundland now.
Oh, no way.
Oh no!
They took our Poundland away.
They've made it worse.
It closed last week.
They've made the Yodas worse by putting them in Poundland.
Oh, no.
Like Poundland.
It's getting back to 5-year-old boys. I would say Adventureland. Adventureland caves and go explore the rope bridges and everything behind the pirate galleon. Just explore that area. If they're not too nervous, go and meet Darth Vader. Would be a must-do.
Pirates, maybe.
Pirates of the Caribbean, definitely.
Star Tours.
And then in your in the Walt Disney Studios Park, just Toy Story Land. Now the rides in Toy Story Land they're only okay at the rides, but the area is really, really appealing to kids that age.
I just remembered that it's the More Children is Slinky Dog.
Oh yeah, it's the little roundabout Slinky Dog.
I like the big
Yeah, but they're
one.
5-year-olds, Bonnie. You preferred that when you were 5.
Yeah, I'm saying what I like.
Stan at the Solo Show is reiterating the Stitch Show is a must-do. I would say.
Yeah, why are we not saying that? It's not called Disney Junior Live anymore. What's it called?
Don't know.
The Dream
Factory.
Dream Factory. The Dream Factory
We've
and
seen it.
Stitch Live.
It's good.
Both of those shows.
Very good.
Really,
Very
really,
good. Very good.
really good. Really good. Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then take them on to Tower of Terror if they've been naughty.
No, don't do that.
They,
Bonnie,
they might love it.
yeah,
Maybe.
it's a character thing, isn't it?
I'm 8 and I hate it.
And do you know what? With 5-year-olds, sometimes just Dumbo. Just go on Dumbo. They'll love it. That's all Ollie wanted to do when we went with Ollie, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was like his favourite ride.
That's what he went on that one day that we met each other.
Bergie Boy.
The day that we met each other.
Bergie Boy says, I'll be going in a few weeks. I'm really worried about the strikes taking place. Has anyone been there while the strikes take place? Is it ruining the experience? When will they stop? Well,
yeah, Kira has.
Yeah, she was saying it. Well, she was saying I wouldn't recommend it, but I don't know. And I wouldn't like to just say cancel your trip or anything.
I know that's really sad when you've been looking forward and you've planned and you've paid. She's saying it was just really sad seeing it. I wonder what. I mean, a few weeks. I would say you've got at least 2 weeks of watching the news and seeing if they can resolve it. Disneyland Paris cannot let this go on longer than a fortnight, can they?
Don't know.
It's a nightmare. Leonora, Wits Wanderlust is saying Leonora was so embarrassed at the Stitch show because they picked her and they spent the whole time making a joke that a little boy in front was her boyfriend. She hated it. Oh,
yeah, it does that in every show. Like, got a boyfriend?
Yeah. Oh, Emily W says very big Spider-Man and Toy Story fan. So yeah, definitely web sling. But also he's meeting and greeting and he's around. Just hang around a lot in Avengers Campus because he does like stunts on top of the buildings. And if he's a 5-year-old Spider-Man fan, it will just love that.
Sounds like the studios is your friends.
It does. Now, do you know what?
Who'd
Can
have
you
thought
imagine
we'd be
us saying
saying
that?
that? Who'd have thought?
2 years ago, we're like half a day tops.
Yeah.
Now it's improved so much. Wow. Super duper.
Now we're running out of time, but I have some questions to do.
Yeah.
But we've had so much to talk about. So should we quickly do your questions?
Yes.
Okay.
Go on then.
Favorite character?
Who are you asking? Us or the audience?
What favourite Disney character or park meet?
Disney movie characters.
Character? I feel like this is obvious. Have I got one? You know if I've got one. Have I got one?
I know. I don't know. I'm gonna say Thumper for mine.
Okay, Thumper.
Keep it classic.
I'll have to think about it.
I like the humour.
I like Mike Wazowski.
Yeah.
I feel like there's an obvious one that I'm missing. I don't know. Say Mike Wazowski. Next question.
Oh, Bergie Boy says Cusco. I could get down with that.
Cusco.
Cusco.
Poison of Cusco. Cusco's poison.
Who's that again?
He's out of Emperor's New Groove. We should watch that again. It's a good film.
He's the main guy.
One of the most underrated Disney films ever made. Very good.
Next question.
Ride. Favorite ride.
It's Pirates for me, but it's close with Phantom Manor. It's close, man.
In Disneyland Paris, Small World. No question. I don't know. I had to think about it really. In Disney World, I think I'd be going towards Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
Next question, please.
Kiva says Big Thunder Mountain.
Oh yeah. Favorite park Hollywood Studios or
Disneyland Park.
yeah. I'm sad that it's not. We didn't have more options. So.
You can add some Disney World ones if you want.
Yeah.
I still think, including the Disney World ones, it's Disneyland Park for me. I think it's the best park.
Yeah.
Paris.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite park was this?
Yes.
Animal Kingdom. There you go. Unpopular, but it's my choice, and I'm sticking to it. Favorite characters here in the chat: Wits Wanderlust, Pascal, who's Nate likes Edna Mode. Last guest. Yeah.
Stan Solo says in DLP, Phantom Manor is the best ride, hands down.
Hands down.
In the world, Stan, the Solo show, because you've been on a lot, haven't you?
In DLP. He said.
Yeah, I know. I'm asking him.
Oh, asking him what's favourite one in the world is.
Yeah.
Okay. Favourite one in the world, Stan.
In the world.
Final question.
DLP snack.
Snack. Well, come on.
You know mine.
Historically,
But
it was the mango whip, but now that's not there. It's just the pineapple.
it's not there.
Pineapple whip. It's not a Dole Whip, but it's like a pineapple whip float thing, which I actually prefer to the Dole Whip because it's more ice cream based than your sort of sorbet whip thing.
Nutella Darth Vader waffles, obviously.
Oh, Forgot this existed.
Yeah, do love it.
Yeah, I wish there were more snacks to choose from. I'd like to say the what was that rocket that booster bar thing that we had?
Oh, the
The chocolate thing, because it was delicious, but none of us were hungry. We had a third of it, me, you, and Chris, and the experience of getting it was
bizarre.
traumatic.
Stan Solo says, in the world, it would be Rise of the Resistance in both Disney Hollywood Studios and Disneyland. It's the thing is, it's so hyped. I agree. I think it's an amazing ride, but it's almost too obvious an answer.
I don't like it. I don't rate it.
I
at
get
all.
I get genuinely tense.
I think it's over. It's
like
over
what?
designed as an experience. It's just too much.
Rise of the Resistance.
And I'll say this again. I know I repeat this every time, but for anyone who's listening for the first time, I just can't get on board with being told that I'm helping
Save the world.
save the world when I'm just sat there like a complete numpty with my shorts on and my socks and my trainers and my little park bag, and they're going, "You did it! Thanks to you, the plans are safe." And I'm like, I didn't do anything. Yeah, I just got told where to go.
Because you were a
I
prisoner.
don't buy that as a narrative feature in a ride that I'm doing anything to help the cause, because I'm not. And I look around at us and we look pathetic. Me and my entire car, everyone's sweating, everyone's like, out of breath, and like, some of us smell a bit. I'm like, we're pathetic.
See, the thing is, they set it up more like they're saving us on that one, because we're like the refugees and they rescue
All
us.
we have to
But
do.
then at the end, they still say, "Well done."
No,
and I'm
all
like,
we have to do is not give away the location of a rebel base or something. Sorry, a resistance base. New Star Wars.
John Parker says, "Oh, you must be grumpy."
Bergie Boy says, "Rise is amazing." Well said, Stan.
Kira says, "Indiana Jones in California is my all-time favorite." I have never heard anyone else say that, Kira, and that has really intrigued me. It's Wright's favorite. And then Tiki Room.
Close
Yes,
second. We love Tiki
close
Room.
second.
Love
Oh,
Tiki Room,
God,
man.
Yeah. You see, thing is, there is
Love Tiki Room.
zero chance of the Walt Disney Company investing money in a non-IP thing to bring that to Paris, but it would be so good. It would be so good in Paris, in Adventureland. Please.
Stan says, "Never heard it put that way before." I'm assuming he's talking about my rant.
JK just decided my favourite DLP is Web Slingers. Do you know, I love anything like that. I love a good competitive. I love Buzz.
Kerry just joined the Patreon. Thanks, Kerry.
Yay!
So next week, join us after the show in the chat. You'll get a link, and you can guess how many Zum Zums are in here for a chance at winning all the prizes.
We
but
are definitely having an after show party.
Don't win the Zum Zums, because Bonnie looked a little bit concerned at me when I said, "Oh, the listeners have to guess." She said, "What?" And then they win the Zum Zums. No, they don't win them.
These are Bonnie Zum Zums.
We're keeping the Zum Zums, especially this squishy Sebastian. Right.
That's cool.
It's time to go.
It is. So, how do I wrap up when there's you two? I go, "I've been Lucy. These have been the Rains. Bye-bye."
Thanks for joining us, everyone. We'll see you next time.
Play your music.
Play my music. Okay.
Yeah.
It's upside down. But there we go.